Hi everyone, and this is Creighton, and welcome to Creighton Show. Hope you like the new graphic I made. But this show, I'm going to be talking to you about the new stuff that's happening at Universal Studios and Disney World. And here recently, Disney and Universal, they've kind of like decided to add more and more stuff and keep new things up. So that's what I'm dedicating this show to, the new stuff that's coming up. And everything that I have found out is coming from very factual information and things of that nature. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and get started, and let's start to our first destination. Okay, now we're going to start off with Disney, of course. Now, Disney is starting off, well, I'm going to start this off with a new thing, and it's Pandora, the land of Avatar. Now, this began construction in January 10th of 2014, and they're expecting it to open up in the early 2017. Now, where is it being built? It's being built in the Animal Kingdom. And it's basically where Camp Minnie used to be at, but they've shut that down. They just got rid of that because they figured, I guess, nobody was going to it. And what I do know, fact, is that Disney has budgeted, it's going to only cost about $500 million for them to make this. $500 million? Well, that's cool. Honestly, because I think they're going to make something really, really great. Now, you're probably asking, so what is it? Okay, Avatar was a movie that was directed and all about James Cameron. And they was in negotiation with him for a while about him doing this and this kind of thing. Now, it's immersed in a world based on the fictional, moons of Pandora and like floating mountains and the planets and the trees, and all that good stuff. It's expected to span across several acres, and it will feature multiple rides and attractions, entertainment, audio animatronics, 3D holograms, which is very cool, and as well as like retail, food, and beverage stuff. Now the exact details of the attractions have not been given, but it's been stated and quoted by James Cameron, and he says, and I got it right, it's confirmed that a flying attraction feature, a 3D projection, and creature design that were cut from the original film was a concept on the drawing board for the area. So, with that being said, and that kind of thing, and these are my notes, but because there's like so much that he is going to be on it. He is really going to do well, and I think Pandora. And as soon as I find out more, I'll tell everyone about it. So that's what I got on that. So now we need to move on to what every geek at heart loves and what I love. And that, of course, is Star Wars Land. So let's get to that real quick. That's right, we're talking about Star Wars Land. Okay, so this is what I know so far. Disney has quoted and stated that they're going to be spending $3 to $5 billion on the new Star Wars Land. And you're maybe asking, okay, so when's it going to open? That's usually, when's this going to open? There's not a projected date per se, but as usual, as me as going to theme parks and things like that, and when they open up like a new land like that, it's going to be years in the making. Probably, I would guess 3 to 4 years. So that's what I would say personally. But as soon as I find out something official, I will let you know. I promise. Now, where's it going to be at? Okay, so it's going to be at MGM Studios, and it's going to be around Echo Lake. Now, Echo Lake, that's kind of like near the Muppets and the Great Movie Ride and that stunt show. So, where that's at, that's where more than likely, that's where they're projecting the new Star Wars land to be opened up at. So, at MGM, the question is, what MGM rides are going to be gone? Well, actually, from my insider information, there's always been a bunch of rides at MGM that's been on the guillotine or axe block, if you will. And there's been about 7 out of 14 of them that they've wanted to just be done and gone. And one of them I know is definitely the Muppets Vision 3D. Now, me personally, I love the Muppets, but they've been wanting to get rid of it and do something else. So that one's on the axe block. The park's twin stunt shows. That's going to be another one. The Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. That one's going to be gone. And the Lights Motor Action Extreme Stunt Show attraction. That one's going to be gone as well. In which all those have always been rumored to, be done. Alright, so I'm flipping over to my new notes. Alright, so what are going to be like the possible rides at this new Star Wars land? Well, they have not said anything, and there's a lot of rumor mills going around on these blogs and things like that. But from what I've gathered from very reliable type of sources, and these are just rumors, and they're publications from, blogs and people that I have spoke to personally that I trust. They ranged everything from a speeder biker chase through the forest of Endor, through a walkthrough recreation of the Millennium Falcon, and like a replete with a meet and greet with Chewbacca, which I think would be kind of cool. And there's also a big rumor with Star Wars fans about the Dagobah. The Dagobah is a swamp area where Yoda, he lived very many years in exiles, and they're talking about putting that possibly with the Echo Lake, which, they have so many more choices like Tatooine and all this other stuff, but honestly, I think that would be great, because anytime you think of Star Wars, you think of, Yoda. Hey, I mean, but although there's, it's just really speculation. And I do know that they're going to be adding more dining and beverage areas and shops and stuff like that around there. And from what I've heard, they're going to be doing that famous bar that was in the first Star Wars. So that ought to be pretty cool. It's just, I don't want to say, yes, this is what I know, because I don't want to be held accountable for it, because I don't know. All I can tell you is from my sources and people that I know personally and people that I trust and know, this is what I can tell you. That there's a new Star Wars land that's coming to Disney, and it'll probably be in a couple of years. And they're going, and this I do know as well, that
you must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no.
you know, like at Universal Studios, they made the Harry Potter like section, and they did really great. And they did so well with it that Disney is like taking a page from Universal. So they're like, okay, if we're going to make Star Wars Land and Avatar, we want to make it where when they walk into here, it's like you are in it. So that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to make it like a whole brand new type of land. So that ought to be awesome. Other than that, I think, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're also going to be doing like meet and greets and photo things. That's just Disney, you know. I mean, like, especially at MGM, you can go and take pictures with, you know, Mickey and things like that. But I'm almost positive they're not gonna miss out on that adventure of, you know, that. And all I can say is, I hope it's a success. And as soon as I find out anything, I promise I'll put it up here. Okay, so now I've got that out of the way. Now we're fixing to go to a section that you really don't see on other vlogs or people do whatever the hell I'm doing about this. But I'm fixing to bring you, but I am fixing to bring you something that no one else has done, and it's the news that you don't hear from anywhere else. So, tell you what, now we got all that away out at Disney, let's go right now to where the news that you just don't hear about. Good evening, and welcome to the news that you don't hear about. Well, first up is that they've taken down the Bill Cosby statue. Now, that's not world-breaking news, but still, it's odd that the great American dad, he got that taken down at MGM. I guess that's where it was. But it was confirmed by the Orlando Sentinel magazine, the newspaper, that Bill Cosby statue was taken down due to all the 76-year-old sexual scandal situations. Okay, now on to other more news. Johnny Depp has made an appearance, and I have to say that doing this for years and years, he has done the most awesome, wonderful job. He made an appearance while filming the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie in Australia to a children's hospital with children that was suffering from cancer. Now, let's just cut on over to the footage and let you see that right now. And then that way you can see what he is truly, truly about.
You can go up. No.
Yes, it is.
No.
No way.
Ella, we've come to take you to the room of spiders.
There's big spiders.
Yes!
Where am I?
At a children's hospital.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
It's a lovely place.
It is lovely.
It's really lovely.
Do you know it's very well lit? You see it? Listen. A bit of a jingle in the pocket. What do you think? Hello, lovely. How do you do?
Real gold.
Now, if there's other people in it, why do you call it a selfie? What is that? What is that?
Awesome. That's cool. Thanks.
Did you smile? No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't smile at all.
I did.
You did not smile.
I did.
All right, I smiled too. I have no idea what this thing is I have in my hand, but I've got it, and I'll nick it, which obviously. But I just wanted to say thank you to Juice TV for having me on. I've had a wonderful time. I've had a fantastic time meeting all the kids and everyone, and the parents and the people and all that, and I stole a lot of things. And I want to salute you, all of you, for your bravery and your courage, because that is all that matters.
Especially you.
You can't imagine. I wet myself. That's how happy I am.
Thank you for that footage. And I have to say, and this is on a personal note, you know, him and the other actor that was there at the Children's Hospital, that really touches my heart, and it should touch yours as well, because for one, he did not have to do that. He did that out of his own goodwill. He never once broke character. The actual footage, he was spent, I believe, 2 to 3 hours at this hospital just taking pictures and talking with all of these children that are suffering with cancer. And I have a really new respect for this actor. And it's very hard to be into character, to stay in character for that certain amount of time. But I give you props, and everyone else should just touch your heart. So that is the news that you don't hear about in the mainstream media. We will have more segments of this and other shows as well. Who knows what news that it is that you don't hear about. So now, let's get back to our regular program, and where we're going to be headed next. That's right. It's Creighton Hobbs' favorite place in the world, the one place he has to go, because he's the hostess with the mostest, and it makes him rock and roll from his nose to his toes. I sounded like a wrestling announcer. Oh, let's go ahead and go ahead to Universal Studios, baby, because that's where we're heading next, and all kinds of cool stuff to be said. Hi, alright, now we're going to talk about Universal. So, the first thing I'd like to speak about what's coming up at Universal is the King Kong, or the Reign of Kong ride, which is going to open up in the summer of 2016. Okay, so basically what is this ride about? It's basically a journey into the mysterious island, and you're in a 1930s expedition, and you're basically going to be swarmed by prehistoric dinosaurs, and the only hope is the big colossal ape, King Kong, that walks on the earth, and he fights for dominance, and you will fight just to survive Skull Island and the Reign of Kong. It's a multi-dimensional type of ride, and it's basically you're going to be in like a vehicle, and you're going to be riding along, but I'm sure they're going to have a few animatronics, like real life things, but you're going to see a 3D that's combined with it all. I know, and it's going to be really, really good. Now, is there any new photos? Yeah, we have a photo. Let me put that up for you real quick. And as you can see, there's construction and things like that going on. When I go down there, I will go and take pictures of the construction in October of this year, 2015. So maybe I'll be able to see something a little bit more detailed than that. Now, before we get off of that, I want to show you the video that Universal made of King Kong. It's really cool. It's great. So let's go to that real quick. Okay, as all of you gamers, I'm sure know that Nintendo has cut a deal with Universal. And you know, it's the plans on it are very tight-lipped. I mean, it's kind of like they're gonna build, that I know of, in an immersive Nintendo-themed attraction at Universal. You know, there's just no details out there that's reliable details. There's plenty of rumors. And from what theme park bloggers and fans have speculated, that a small land would replace the Woody Woodpecker Kid Zone. That's just rumor, though. And it's rumored to eventually, you know, be around Toon Lagoon. There's just so much speculation about Nintendo attractions as well, the rides and things like that. They could go, you know, like there's a vacant area in between the Men in Black and the Simpsons. It could possibly go there at Universal Studios. Nobody knows. It's really odd that there's been no leaked information. And I've tried and I've read, and it's just one of them things. So it might be, I don't know, we just have to wait and see what they release as it comes along. But that's what I got so far about that. Okay, a new resort that's going to be at Universal, that's part of Universal and Lowe's Hotel, and that's the Sapphire Falls Resort. Okay, it's basically like inspired by, the theming of it is the Caribbean with picturesque rivers and waterfalls and real just Caribbean type feel to it. And it's supposed to be pretty good. I mean, it's just a real easygoing type thing. This hotel is going to have 1,000 guest rooms and suites. The amenities, I would say, it's going to have the highlights of it, you know, basically is early park admission to Universal and Islands of Adventure. It's going to be a resort-style pool with a water slide and a children's play area, which is good. And it's going to have a valet service and a fitness center. That's what I know. I do know that in the dining area, there's going to be a full-service restaurant with scenic views, like outdoor dining, with scenic views and outdoor dining. And there's going to be a themed lobby lounge and a quick service marketplace and a poolside bar and grill. So that's something cool that I know that's going to be at this new thing. I know that reservations will start being accepted in the spring of 2015. So actually, they'll start accepting reservations now. So that's one thing that's pretty cool. And that's what I know about that hotel. And as you can see from the pictures, it's supposed to be pretty cool. Now, on to Halloween Horror Nights. man, they have been so tight-lipped about this. It's unreal. But that's what they're doing. It's just there's no new news. There's no nothing. And if anybody ever has any news, please look. Here's my email. Send me anything that you got that you know that's factual, and you can send me questions and that kind of stuff too. So, wait a minute. I forgot. Here's some extra news. So let's go to our news real quick. This has just come in that at Universal Studios they've got a new alcoholic drink that they're serving at the Leaky Cauldron and somewhere else. Let's see, at the Leaky Cauldron and Diagon's Alley and the Hoghead's Pub and Hogsmeade. But anyway, this drink bears the name of Belishkin's Fire Whiskey. It versus the book referenced in Oden's Old Fire Whiskey, as stated in the trademark. It's an alcoholic beverage, and upon its debut, guests were reportedly asked to take a shot at the bar. And most of the people that tried it said it tasted like aftershock. So, it seemed pretty good. It seems pretty good. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I don't know if it's something new. Oh, and this is extra news as well. Around the Gahala Gardens, they had a wall up, and we found out that that basically that's the place where you can go and preview new movies and new TV series that are like pilot episodes, and they'll actually pay you like $15 or something like that to you know, do it. So come in. Disney has at the moment put a ban, and you cannot bring those selfie poles, which you would hold this pole to take a picture of yourself. So that basically means to take a selfie, you'll have to do it yourself and not carry those stupid poles. Now, this is so upsetting, I know, to the people who are so self-obsessed with yourself that think that you are a Hollywood star and that you think you're the next grand model. Just because you're an extra in a movie, you are not allowed to carry yourself. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. You have to see a psychologist. You can't take a selfie pole with you at Disney. Oh. I like it. Sorry, that's what most people act like, you know, with this new rule at Disney. But I want to say kudos to Disney for doing that. Awesome. Yeah. To normal functioning people, this is wonderful. So, thank you, Disney. This is Creighton Hobbs, and thank you for watching this extra breaking news. Or they'll have a little bit more about Halloween Horror Nights, possibly. And I think that I'm probably going to do a little bit about Superman versus Batman movie that's coming out, and I might have a little bit more info on the Guardians of the Galaxy and The Walking Dead as well. I mean, these are really tight-lipped, but I'll give you the info that I get from my reliable sources, you know. But other than that, thank you for watching. It's great, you know. Subscribe, man. You know, look right there. Subscribe to my channel, and you know, and share. That'd be great. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to email me. It's right there, you know, the email. So email me. And other than that, thank you for watching, and tune in and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Bye.